Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning if it's morning. If when you watching the replay, obviously, because right now it's about to be 4 o'clock on the East Coast anyway. Shoot, I don't know how this gonna work. I just dropped the remote to my walking pad. I'm gonna just have to get off safely. Oh Lord. Okay. Stop it. And then get back on. Easy peasy. Okay. So, just wanted to get on here and chit chat for a little bit while I'm doing my walk, trying to get my 12,000 steps in. And then I'm gonna go pick my daughter up. Anyway, hopefully if there are comments, because it says comments will appear here, but sometimes they don't. So I don't know. Hopefully they will show up so I can respond to them. Let me, I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna start talking about what I talk about. So since I retired, it has felt like I have been trying to figure out what I want to do when I grow up. This lady at a networking event I went to retired, and she made a statement that I felt like is so true. She said, retiring feels like graduating high school. And yeah, I felt the same way. I felt like for 20 years in the Air Force, I felt like they gave me my role of what I was supposed to do outside of a wife and a mom. And now that that part of my life is over, it's up to me to figure out what I'm going to do, what I want to do. And I think it was, I want to say it was last year in the summertime. Some of you may or may not know, I signed up to do a real estate course, and I was a little bit excited about that. And I blamed it on the presentation of the material, where it was questions and then I had to go and look up the material, versus I expected the material to be presented and then questions. It didn't really matter. At the end, I felt like maybe that's something I didn't really want to do. Also, I feel like I've been losing weight my whole adult life. I always felt like I could be smaller. I could be smaller. Even when thinking back, I felt like my fittest, I still felt like I could weigh less, right? And now I'm at a point that at 45, this weight ain't coming off like I thought it was. And it's so much information out that it can become overwhelming, right? You'll have the folks that say, do HIIT, high intensity training. And you have people that say HIIT raises your cortisol level, which keeps you fat. Then you'll have people that say, oh, well, just walk 3 miles a day. And then you'll have people who saying, walking doesn't get your heart rate up enough, so you're not going to burn fat, you're not going to lose the weight. Then you have people who say, lift weights. The weights will put more muscle on, and the muscle will burn the fat, and the fat burning will make you smaller. And then you have people who say, you don't want to lift too much weights, you don't want to look bulky, and all the things. And trying to figure out what works specifically for you or for me has just been a little bit frustrating, because I feel like I've been doing all the things. I've done the HIIT, I've done the walking, I've done the lifting heavy, I've done the focusing on protein, drinking almost close to a gallon of water. Maybe I haven't done them consistently enough to reap the benefits of it, but then it starts to feel like a chore because I know the benefits won't happen overnight. I'm not expecting that. I think just not seeing anything sometimes can be very discouraging, and so you give up. And I feel like that's what I've been doing. So 2 things that I am passionate about, that I am focusing on, 3 things that I am passionate about, that I am focusing on. One is life coaching. I know some people feel like that's not a real thing. And I don't agree. I feel like if you've ever had a conversation with somebody when you were feeling lost or down, outside of having a counselor or a therapist, and that person made sense to you and the things they said resonated with you, and maybe you took that advice and it made you feel better, or something along that lane, I feel like that person probably in that moment helped you with your life, you know? And so because I'm very caring and passionate about people, and I want to see people win and succeed in life, I feel like life coaching is something that I really want to do, and so I'm going to do that. Second thing that I am going to be doing is life insurance agent. I feel like it's important for people to understand the different type of life insurance options that they have. And you know, death is inevitable, and I feel like it's very important for us to make sure that we're not leaving our family to hold on to our debts or whatever the things we leave behind. And I know a lot of people have, hey, uncle, how you doing? And I know a lot of people, you know, start GoFundMes. I know some people frown upon GoFundMes. At the end of the day, you have to do what you have to do, right, for your situation. However, I feel like part of doing what you have to do is planning ahead of time, because we're all going to die eventually, and making sure that you have life insurance is a part of that, taking care of yourself and taking care of your family. And the third thing that I don't know if I'm passionate about, but that I'm doing is creating content like I'm doing now. And so part of creating content is letting people into your life, you know, at whatever level you want, right? And so I always want to talk to y'all, and I always want to share stories with y'all or get y'all's opinion. And so I have a lot of videos and content that I've created. I just haven't put it out. Part of that has been me not wanting to be judged, when really I don't care about being judged. Child, please. But you know, we all have that fear of, oh, what if they see that my bed isn't made, or it's clothes on the floor, or you know, I got a hairy chin or a double chin. I mean, if I got it, I got it. If it's dirty, it's dirty. I feel like everybody's life is being lived, right? So my house isn't always going to be clean, because I have a 6-year-old, finna be 7-year-old daughter. I have myself and I have my husband. Sometimes it's going to be days where the bed ain't made and it's closed. And so what? I am choosing to obviously film that and post it because I don't care, right? And so I'm going to be posting more content because I did get accepted into the monetization program for Facebook, which means the more views and engagement I have, they're going to pay me for that. And I feel like that's, I don't want to say easy money, but if I can just get on here and post a video and talk to y'all and get paid for it, yeah, I'm going to start doing that. And so expect to be seeing more videos from me about whatever it is. I don't know. It's just going to be whatever it is. If I'm just waking up this morning, it was 6 o'clock in the morning. And my mentality right now has been everything is content. So I woke up, I turned the light on the kitchen, and I wanted to make sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was dark, and I was gonna peel them in the dark, but I turned the light on, I set the camera up, and I just recorded it because I'm gonna put out a video later of me making the mashed sweet potatoes, collard greens, and I deboned the chicken. And so I'm telling y'all about it now, but I'm still gonna post it so y'all can see it and comment on it and like it or whatever the things, because I want to get paid for it. I'm already talking to y'all anyway and posting stuff for free, so why not? If you see me folding laundry, I'm folding laundry. We all gotta fold laundry. But if I'm gonna get paid to do it, then yeah, I'm gonna record it. So I just want to put that out there, that you're gonna probably start seeing a lot more videos from me. Maybe not as many lives, but a couple. But you're definitely going to be seeing me post a lot more videos. So I just decided today, right now, I watched a YouTube video, and the lady was talking about how a lot of times we want a thing, but we're afraid of the judgment, or we're afraid of, you know, who does she think she is, or who do he think he is? And I know exactly who I am. I know exactly who I am, and I'm her. And I'm gonna post this content, and I'm gonna get my life insurance agent license, and I'm gonna get my life coaching license. I'm gonna be doing all the things because it's what I want to do. It's what I'm passionate about doing. It's what I deserve to be doing. And yeah, I gotta stop holding myself back. I'm 45, so probably for the last 20 years, I've been saying, oh, I'm such a procrastinator. And it's a lot of things I could say about that, but whatever. The main thing that I want to say about it is that I'm not wearing that title anymore. I think maybe I procrastinated. And another thing that goes along with that is I will always say, oh, I'll work better under pressure. Child, please, who want to work better under pressure? I'm done with that life. I am planning things out. I'm executing things. I'm going to slow my walking pad down to make sure I'm not missing any comments. Let me see. I mean, it may not have been, but just in case it was, whew, I don't want to miss anything. Swipe left. Okay, I'm not seeing any, so perfect. Let me see how many steps I got left. Okay, 500 more steps, and then I'm gonna get off of here. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here because I feel like I'm always about to. Oh, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. I'm going to. I'm about to. I'm fin to, and I'm going to. And I just gotta do it. You know, we always say we want something, but we don't really go after it. And so it poses the question, do you really want it, or how bad do you want it? And so this going live is me putting it all out there and just, I guess, making myself be held accountable and saying what I want so I can do it. Because I've been just moseying along and lollygagging, and I enjoy being retired. I'm not gonna lie, that is one of the things I'm most appreciative of, going into the Air Force. I could have done a lot of things. I went to my local community college. I ended up working at the Federal Building downtown. Still to this day don't know how I got that job. But I am thankful and, oh my goodness, beyond words, thankful to God for that blessing. And then I was working at a Target in a gas station, and I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Somebody was like, oh, you should go back to college and get your bachelor's. I'm not interested. I didn't think I was going to college to get my associates. I thought I was taking a break. But then they announced that I got some scholarship before graduation. I said, oh, well, I guess I got to go to college. So I went to my local community college, and then that was it. I was like, okay, I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to work, and we'll see what happens. And so I ended up at the Air Force. And the main reason I ended up at the Air Force is because they had the shortest basic training at the time. Listen, if you know me, you know, you can't be talking to me crazy, right? And the basic training for the Air Force at the time was 6 weeks. And I was like, that's about the most I could take of somebody yelling at me or talking to me crazy or whatever. And so that's what I took. And I didn't even know how to swim. Crazy thing, I had never been on a plane before and afraid of heights. So when it's time to go to basic training, they're like, you got to take a plane. Child, I cried like somebody had stole my dog. I said, they can't put me on a Greyhound because I'm not trying to be on nobody's airplane. I cried and cried. And then, hey, Tammy. It's my bestest friend since elementary school. We had another friend try to claim her as her BFF, but we know. But yeah, the stewardess sat with me for a period of time on the plane because I just could not get over the fact that I had to get on the airplane. And then after that, it got a little bit easier and easier to take the flights. For whatever reason now, well, I know the reason. I took a flight that was a 45-minute flight when I was living in New Mexico. It's like a 45-hour flight from New Mexico to Dallas. And there was so much turbulence. I literally thought, I'm gonna have to call my husband and tell him, you know, I love you. I don't know what's about to happen on this plane. I was trying to read a book. I had to close the book, put it up. I was freaking out. And we, thank God, made it safely. But I think that flight single-handedly put a huge fear of flying over me. And I've been praying about it because I don't want it. I don't want to claim it. I don't want to feel it. I want to be able to travel, you know? Like, when I go home to Cleveland, it's a 1 hour and 20-minute flight, which is so much better than a 5-hour drive, right? But the fear of flying sometimes makes me feel like I just drive, but I don't. It's so much cheaper to fly and quicker. Like if I could take an 8 o'clock flight and be home by 10 o'clock, then I got all day to spend with my family. Anyway, let me check my steps. Once I get to 12,000, I'm gonna stop yapping to y'all, because I know y'all about sick of me. Okay, I'm at 12,094. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, tuning in. And yeah, like I said, I am claiming that I am a content creator. And so you will start seeing more content from me, more videos. Some stuff will be videos that I've already recorded with a voiceover. And some videos will be me just talking to y'all. Kind of like the video I did about the not the hedgehog, Lord have mercy. What's that animal called? The groundhog. Where it's just like I'm talking to y'all now. All right. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for sticking in there with me, hanging in there with me. I've met my step goal for today. I'm gonna drink some more water and do a little stretching. You guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a blessed evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. Bye.